So I guess it is my turn. Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jackie, and I have the pleasure of sharing the kids' story with you guys today.
Woohoo.
so,
Sorry.
um, Today we are going to be digging into Daniel chapter 5. And so I guess let's go ahead and get started. Um, so our story starts with King Balthazar, and this is a different king than the past story that we talked about, but it's the one right after him. And he invited 1,000 of his closest friends to come and just spend time with him. They drank wine, they had a great time, they talked, and King Balthazar decided that he wanted to drink his wine out of the gold and silver glasses that King Nebuchadnezzar took from the temple in Judah. So he went, had somebody go get these glasses and bring them back. And they were enjoying their wine from these fancy, fancy glasses. And so as they're drinking their wine, they're worshiping their gods made of gold, stone, silver. And at that moment, a man's hand appeared and started writing on the wall behind them. And the king saw this and he turned white as a ghost. He started shaking. He was terrified. And he was so scared that his knees were knocking together and his jaw was shaking. And he's just sitting there like a cold puppy. And so he calls all of the people that he thinks might be able to tell him what this means, what this hand is writing, what it means. And he offered them riches and power and gold, and nobody was able to interpret what the hand wrote or be able to tell the king what it meant. Um, so the queen walks in because she hears all this commotion and wants to know what's going on. Why is the king so terrified? So she looks at the king and says, "Don't let your thoughts be terrify you or your face be pale. There's a man in your kingdom who has the spirit of the holy gods in him. In the days of your predecessor, he was found to have insight, intelligence, and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods. And your predecessor appointed him chief of the diviners because he was able to do things and know things that the others couldn't." And so King Balthazar calls Daniel in front of him and says, "Can you tell me what this hand wrote on my wall? Can you tell me what it means?" And Daniel says, "Yeah, absolutely." And so the king offers him all of these riches, and Daniel says, "No, keep your gifts, give them to something else. I'll do it just because." So um, Daniel starts to dig into the story or into the writing, and he goes, um, "You, um, let's see, lost my place. Because of your greatness, um, and the king before you's greatness, he was blessed with all of these people, all of these things, nations, languages, everyone was terrified and fearful of him, but they respected him. Um, and he was exalted, but he also became arrogant, and he thought that he was better than everybody else. He thought that he had power over everything. But the God of the heavens reminded him by sending him to live with cows and donkeys and in the wild that he actually isn't in charge of everything. And so um, he discovered that the God in heaven is actually in charge of everything, whether he wants to believe it or not. So Daniel goes on to say, "The gods you glorified don't hold your life or your breath in their hands. You have glorified ones who don't control your life." And that's why the writing on the wall showed up. And the writing is Mene Mene Tekel Parson. I don't know if I said that right, but that's what I'm going with. And it means, the mene, it means that God has numbered the days of your kingdom and brought it to an end. Tekel means that you have been weighed in the balance and found deficient. And praise means that your kingdom has been divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. And Balthazar at that moment gave an order that Daniel be clothed in purple and placed in this position of power, even though he said he didn't want to be. Um, and that very night, Balthazar was actually killed, and his kingdom was split between Darius and one other person. So that's where our story today ends. It was a short one, but a lot happened. So I guess pray. Dear God, thank you so much for this day, for this holiday season, and getting to spend time with our loved ones. God, I pray that you continue to bless every person listening, kid or adult, and that you continue to show them that you are in charge of everything. You have control over everything, and that life with you is better. God, I pray that we continue to have a great week, and that you continue to bless us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right. So Jackie, would you be totally freaked out if a hand started writing on your wall?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know a single person who wouldn't be.
I mean, all of a sudden this hand starts just writing on the wall and it's in a strange language too, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the guy had no clue what was happening, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is great. Listen, so Tom, thank you for your insights earlier. What a great way to be thankful. And Jackie, wow. Now, Jackie, I'm not sure that a lot of people know where you live. Can you tell us where you live?
I live in Ohio.
Okay, now tell me the name of your town.
um, so the town that I actually live in is called Rushville, which is
Rushville.
outside of Lancaster. It's about 20 minutes outside of Lancaster, which is about 40 minutes from Columbus. So
Oh my goodness. So you live in the grand mecca of near Lancaster,
yes.
Rushville. Oh,
Yes.
brilliant, brilliant. So there's like cows and stuff around you or what?
Absolutely. Everywhere. Cows and corn. That's it.
Cows and corn. I love it. I love it. Listen, it's fantastic to have you with us. I absolutely love the way you're doing the kids messages, and I understand that there's a little bit of we're gonna pilot something in the next couple of weeks, right? What are
Yes.
we doing?
So we are going to be doing, I guess, like a kids video chat. So
Awesome.
um so the equivalent of what I would call like not quite Sunday school, but just like one point in time during the week where you can kind of go and just be surrounded by your church friends,
Oh,
and get
okay.
a little bit of Jesus in there too. So
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so how will this work? Will they be like kids can join by video? I'm assuming Zoom,
mhm.
and then they spend some time with you. They get to know you guys a little bit. They get to know each other, and looks like you have a pretty cool room there.
Yes, yeah, I'm working on rearranging it. So
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I'm sure the kids are probably curious. What is that thing on the wall? And what's that doll? And all that kind of
oh yeah,
stuff.
I got a couple of dolls up here. I got some paintings. I have a whole bunch of pictures over here on this side that you can't see. Some Disney pins. I got it all. So
Oh, brilliant. I'm sure the kids will love it. So I just want to say thank you
of course.
for that. All right. Brilliant. Well, parents, kids, you heard it. So in the next couple of weeks, watch your email, watch the social media on Agape Online. We're going to try to get together and figure out what Jackie's got in her room there. All the fun toys there. All right.